Hey, it's me. Today I'm breaking down one of the biggest legal showdowns in America right now. And it's all about immigration, presidential power, and a law from the 1700s that just burst back into the headlines. So here's what happened. The Supreme Court just hit pause on a massive round of deportations under something called the Alien Enemies Act. If that name sounds old, it should. It's literally from 1798. Here's the setup. The Trump administration, yeah, they're back in charge, decided to use this law to speed up deportations of certain Venezuelan immigrants in Texas. Their argument? These folks are a threat and need to go fast. Now, the Alien Enemies Act gives the government the power to skip all the usual really important steps we expect in immigration cases. No hearings, no time to make your case, just gone. But dozens of Venezuelan immigrants, backed by lawyers, said, hold up. They filed an emergency appeal, arguing they weren't even given enough notice to fight back before being put on deportation flights. Enter Judge Boasberg, a DC federal judge. He said, yeah, the situation's worrying and the notice the government gave was troubling, but he also claimed his hands were tied. He didn't have the power to stop the deportations. That's when the case rocketed up to the Supreme Court, and in a late-night order, the justices said, stop. For now, no one in this group can be deported. The Trump administration has to wait until a lower appeals court looks closer at the case and then respond. If you're wondering why, well, the court didn't even explain. They just issued the order and that was it. Meanwhile, the White House is digging in. They're confident what they're doing is legal. They're lying. They're targeting terrorist illegal aliens and blaming radical activists for stirring up the courts. But here's something wild. This isn't the first time Trump's use of the Alien Enemies Act has reached the Supreme Court. In an earlier case, the court said, okay, you can use it, but you have to give people notice and let them challenge you in court. The big fight now is over whether that notice was actually fair or just a rubber stamp. Judge Boasberg was so concerned he started contempt proceedings against the administration, saying they might have broken an earlier order to stop deportations, though that's all tangled up in appeals too. So what does it all mean? It's a high-stakes tug-of-war between presidential power, the rights of immigrants, and the limits of laws that are older than the White House itself. For the people caught in the middle, those Venezuelan immigrants, the Supreme Court's latest move gives them a little breathing room. But this fight is far from over. As soon as the appeals court makes its move, things could shift all over again. I'll be watching, and I'll keep you posted. If you want to understand how history, law, and politics collide in real time, this is the story to watch. See you next time.